Yes, I'm playing Minecraft while I tell more stories. Let's go. All right, the first story is called The Axe Murder House. That sounds exciting. Super kid friendly. It's called the Valiska Axe Murder House in Valiska, Iowa. And it's really popular for like ghost hunters, horror lovers, all that kind of stuff. And it was the site of a gruesome murder back in 1912, where 6 kids and 2 adults had their skulls totally, it was not pretty. And it was unsolved. They have no idea who did it. So the place is obviously haunted. There was not a pleasant death in that house. But anyways, in 1994, someone bought this murder house, restored it to its 1912 condition, and converted it into a tourist destination. And you can spend the night there, by the way. And it cost almost $500 to stay there. And everyone who stays there, you know, they report paranormal activity, but for some reason people keep going there because they want to get possessed or something. But yeah, some of the experiences that people report are visions of a man with an axe roaming the halls or faint screams of children. But in November of 2014, the haunting took a dark turn. That's not pleasant. So there was this guy named Robert Stephen Larson, 37 years old, from Wisconsin. He went there regularly because he's like, you know, a horror fan. And his friends found him stabbed in the chest and it looked self-inflicted. So they called 911 and he was taken to the hospital. And he recovered, but he never really told anyone what happened that day. Because he's like, what the heck? Demon possessed me or something. I didn't do this. And what's weird is when they found him, you know, when the injury happened, it was around 12:45 a.m. And that's about the same time that the 1912 murders happened. So I don't know if whoever killed that whole family, if he died too and he haunts the place and tries to kill more people. But that's what it sounds like to me. I believe in the paranormal. I don't know about you, but I would not stay in this place. Story number 2, the haunted doll. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear haunted doll, I think of Annabelle. You know, that girl got some serious daddy issues, something wrong with her. But yeah, there's definitely a theme with haunted kids' toys. Because there was this one person who had an Elsa Frozen doll, and something was off about it. It obviously sang "Let It Go" and said a bunch of random phrases. But the family said that it started going between, you know, English and Spanish, even though they never changed the language. It didn't have the option, which I don't know if I believe. A lot of kids' toys these days, you know, have a switch on the back that lets you change the language. But I guess this one didn't have it. But yeah, for some reason, it just started talking Spanish out of nowhere. And they had the doll for more than 6 years. And it just never died. They never changed the batteries. And it would just randomly talk, even if they didn't turn it on. And they tried getting rid of it multiple times, but it always came back. It always just popped up somewhere in the house. And the kids swore that they never did it. And the mom believed them because she didn't think the kids would dig it out of the trash. Which I don't know if I believe that. Kids can be mischievous and liars. I know I lied as a kid. But at this point, it was like 3 times the doll just popped up back into the house. So they decided to double bag it, which is like, okay, don't know if that's going to be much help. The demon's not going to be like, oh no, she discovered my weakness, a second trash bag. So they double bagged it and they sent it to, where was it? A family friend in Minnesota. And they taped the haunted doll to the front bumper of his truck. And as of now, they haven't reported anything new. They think it's still on the truck. I don't believe that. I think the doll murdered their friend and is just slowly making its way back to them. Hopefully, that'd be a good story. No, I don't want people to die, but it'd be fun to read about. Next story, the deadly exorcism. That's always fun. Okay, August 2016 in North London, 26-year-old Kennedy started acting strange and aggressive when he said there was a pain in his throat. I guess demons go for the throat now, and not your soul. But yeah, he reportedly bit his father, threatened to cut off his own male, you know, parts, and his family had to restrain him to a bed with cable ties and excessive force. Notice the vocabulary I'm using. That is because that's what they said. They had to. That's weird. And then over the next few days, they tried to cure him by restraining him and praying over him, all that stuff, and excessive force. abusing him. And his brothers was, telling the police it obviously wasn't him, and we believed we had to restrain him or he would hurt himself or the family. And he was bound to the bed for 3 days with no food or water, being abused by his entire family. And they tried an exorcism. That obviously didn't work. And eventually he died. And the whole family was accused of manslaughter, but eventually the judge let them go. I don't even know why. It sounds like they just wanted an excuse to hurt their son and get rid of him. But that's just my opinion. Judge don't care. All right, this next family, they moved into a house, decided to insulate their home in 2015. They'd already been living in it, I think, for a while, but they discovered that there was already insulation, and it was made out of dead animals. Dead animal carcasses. That's nasty. The dead animals were wrapped in newspapers from the 1930s and 40s and were among half-used spices and other items. And after removing everything, they sent it to an expert in another town to analyze it and explain. Like, what the heck is this? There's a dead cow in my wall. And the expert attributed the rotting animals in their walls to powwow or Dutch magic, a ritual originating in the culture of the Pennsylvania Dutch to treat ailments and gain physical and spiritual protection. And many of the spells were innocent. They were just to care for livestock, finding water, or the treatment of minor ailments. But powwow, on the other hand, has within it a tradition of darker spells. Even such things as conjuring demons. This is some, bad juju, dark magic. And one ritual that really sticks out is the hex to create loyalty to a dog. Why do you need a hex? Dogs literally love everybody, even when they shouldn't. To attach a dog to a person, providing nothing else was used before to effect it, try to draw some of your blood and let the dog eat it along with some food, and he'll stay with you forever. That's how you give your dog coronavirus, not loyalty, okay? That's really weird. You're both going to get sick in the head. And the family said that there's so much mold that the smell just hasn't gone away. Y'all just need to move out. This last one is the death of Elisa Lamb. You've probably heard of it. It's pretty famous. It was the girl that died at the Cecil Hotel. There's footage of her wandering around the hotel. It looks like she's drunk or possessed, or someone just out of the camera's view is leading her, or she's running from someone. It's really weird. No one ever really found out what she was doing. And she went missing. No one knew what happened to her until someone, one of the residents complained that the water was tasting really bad. And when you would turn on the shower, it would just be black for a couple seconds and then turn into water. You can probably tell where I'm going with this. But yeah, one of the employees decided to check out the water reservoir, see what was going on, and that's where they found her dead body. To this day, they still have no idea what happened to her. It's really unsettling, and that's why the Cecil Hotel is closed. But I heard if you bribe one of the guards, he'll let you in for a night. But it's like $100 per person. Probably more depending on which guard you get. So, I should go check it out, right? But yeah, that's it for today's video. Comment below if you like the stories, if there's any other kind of stories you want me to tell, and if there's any other games you want me to try, just let me know. And yeah, click the screen to watch another video and subscribe, and I'll see you later.